words of French so I can speak one word. She's giving her 6th speech out of the Competent Communicator Manual, which is on vocal variety. She will be talking about how she has found laughing healing in her speech titled "Laughter is the Best Medicine." And that Imagino.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. A lot of people have asked me how I've gone through what I've gone through and not become emotionally hard from it. Well, tonight, I'm going to answer that question. First and foremost, it was God's strength that got me through everything, but it was also laughing. I'm the type of person who I'll be laughing and crying at the same time. I love laughing at myself, so if I can laugh at myself, then you guys can laugh at me too. I think that the first time I learned to laugh at my situations was after I was run over by the bus. My sisters made up a song called "Diane Got Ran Over by a School Bus" from school the other day. Now that we're adults, my sister apologized to me, but honestly, laughing is what got me through it. I love honesty. I would rather have someone be honest with me than, even if they have to hurt my feelings, than lie to me and have my feelings hurt in the long run. And I'm an extremely honest and open and genuine person, and a lot of times I forget that most people aren't like that. And I always end up somehow putting my foot in my mouth. I was with my friend, who's 10 years older than me, and we were just sitting there talking, and she looked at me and she goes, "Oh, don't you worry, Diane, I'm going to laugh at you in 10 years from now too." And I looked at her and I said, "Ha, yeah, if you're still alive in 10 years. I did not mean that. Well, not how it came out. Stupid things are always happening to me, and I mean really stupid things. Somehow I always end up foozling. Is that a word? Foozling them up. My best friend in New York, he says that I need to have my own show called The Next Lucy. I was in my doctor's office, looking at a chart behind the door, and I figured, okay, he's gonna knock when he comes in. Well, he happened to forget to knock right when I was standing right there, and he hit me really hard with the door. So I was standing there, and I just started laughing, and he looked at me and goes, "Diane, I just hit you really hard with that door." And I said, "I know," laughing even harder. And he goes, "No, I just hit you really hard with that door, and you're laughing." I said, "I know." And he looked at me, he's like, "Well, didn't it hurt?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but so what?" Another time, I was in Speedway, and I have to do this all the time. I was in Speedway, and I was getting a pop, so I got the pop, I put the cap on, I turned to leave, and there, at the same time, there's an employee right there who was filling the ice machine. So I just happened to drop the pop. So he's like, "Don't worry about it, I'll get that for you." So I was like, "Okay, thank you." So I go to get another pop, to go to turn to leave, I dropped it again. So I go to get another pop, and I go to turn to leave, and I dropped it again. So that was a huge foozle for me. And so I turned to him and I looked at him and I said, "You know what, I'm so sorry, I'm paralyzed on my arm." And he's, knowing full well that's not why I was spilling the pop, but I needed some reason to justify why I was spilling it. he was asking me how come I'm paralyzed, and I was telling him about how I have 7 different brain injuries and stuff, like, and telling him my situation. So he looked at me, and he goes, well, so what does that mean for you? And I looked back, and I was like, you know those brain farts you get every once in a while? And he goes, yeah. I go, well, I just get them all the time. And he, right then, and I swear this happened, at that very moment, I dropped my pop again. And he looked at me and he goes, will you please stop picking that pop up from the lid? Then I looked at him, I go, I rest my case. Another time, remember that snowstorm that we had when we had Toastmasters at the same time? I was on my way to Toastmasters and I was walking out of my building and I slipped and fell on the ice. Well, my friend who's next to me, she was like, okay, let me help you up. And I was like, oh, no, I got it. So I go to stand up, still on the ice, and slip again. So, and my friend again, she said, please, let me help you up. No, I got it. So I go to stand up, I was like, I slipped again. So then, and my friend again, she said, let me help you up. And I was like, no, I got it. And so I go to stand up, and I slipped again 5 times. Each time, my friend asking me to let her help me up, knowing full well that I wasn't going to let her. On the 6th time, she decided not to even ask me because she knew that I wasn't going to accept her help. And I finally laid down in the snow, and I looked at her, and I said, help me, I've fallen, and I can't get up. Don't get me wrong. I know how to still be serious, especially when I'm counseling people. I know not to joke around. But since I'm always foozling things, and you said that's a word, so since I'm always foozling things up, I just want to laugh at them. And I'd rather laugh than cry. And laughter has healed my mind, body, and spirit. So laughter is definitely the best medicine. Mr. Chelsea.